I had no idea that I had muscle guards in my neck to where my shoulders were up by my ears all day long. And so this was so helpful in weighing it down and being like, "Oh God, this is heavy." It's not the only things that are heavy, am I right? Hi everyone, and welcome back to my channel. My name is JC, and I have not sat down in this format in so long, and I am so happy to be back. It's been so long, in fact, that I just filmed this whole video in slow motion because I forgot to check my settings. But you guys, I must be so healed right now because I'm not freaking out. I'm just like, that's okay, baby girl, let's do it again. So nervous system regulated, which means you can trust me for this video. But I've only been posting my podcast episodes on this channel for about half a year. And those have been so therapeutic and very artsy and personal for me, but they were quite a bit. So I'm excited to just sit down and chit chat with you guys again and honestly give myself something easier to edit. But if this is the first time you are seeing my face, thanks so much for clicking on it. Let me give you some brief backstory. Hello again, I'm JC, and I spent the last year making healing my full-time job after learning that I had OSDD, CPTSD, derealization, and fibromyalgia. That's kind of a lot. I also can't do this for. But I took the whole year to just fully commit to studying my brain and my body, and I want to bring that wisdom to you guys. And today's video is going to be talking about that last diagnosis, which is fibromyalgia, because once I started my healing journey, my body was thrust into chronic pain. I was so uncomfortable, so overwhelmed that I spent thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars of my lawsuit money to do anything I could to alleviate the pain. And some things were great and changed my life. Some things maybe didn't work for me. Other things were some of the dumbest things I've ever purchased. And we're going to be talking about all of them today. So if you have chronic pain, hopefully some of these recommendations help you. Hopefully you can give me some of your insights. And if this has nothing to do with you, hopefully you just enjoy the video and hanging out with me. I've got some silly story time snippets in here as well. So I hope we just enjoy hanging out with each other because that's what I missed most. And if you do enjoy that aspect of it, make sure to give this video a like and subscribe so you're notified of all future videos and so that we can continue this healing journey all together. And if you are new here, I will leave some links down in the description box of any necessary backstory that kind of deep dives into some of these topics a little bit more. I don't want to have to explain things in detail every single time, so definitely check those out if you want to get more information on some of these things. But with that being said, let's dive into ranking some of the best products and services I tried for my chronic pain. Okay, so here's how our ranking system's gonna work. We're gonna do a tier list with 5 categories. We're gonna have S, A, B, C, D. What a concept. So our S tier, that's gonna be tippy top of the line, the things that saved my life that I highly recommend, couldn't do this journey without. The A tier is gonna be so helpful, really helped my pain, but maybe not as great as the S tier. B tier is gonna be, it was fine. It didn't hurt my healing, but I don't know if it did all that much. The C tier is gonna be, did not work for me, plain and simple. D tier, just the ones that were stupid and dumb and I do not recommend. We'll get into it. And of course, disclaimer, this video is just my personal experience. It is not medical advice. When it comes to chronic pain and fibromyalgia especially, it presents so differently in every single person that this is just what worked and didn't work for my own needs. If you aren't sure where to go, please seek a licensed professional to help with your own needs. This is just guidance in my own experience. Nothing you guys should, just take everything with a grain of salt, okay? I gotta protect myself here legally. So with that being said, let's start ranking some of these products and services. Ugh, all right, I got a pile of crap down below me. So we're just gonna grab these and rank in no particular order. So the first thing I grabbed is CBD cream. So I was scavenging all of the fibromyalgia subreddits and so many people recommended CBD cream for their pain, their joints, everything. So let me tell you this. I go to the dispensary because I'm like, cool, let's try it. Hello, I'm looking for CBD cream. And the guy goes, cool, we got this little jar here, or we got this big jar here, which is actually 2.5 times the amount, but for way less of the price. Like, we recommend this size. And I was like, cool, how much is that? And he's like, oh, $115. And I was like, what the frick frack Cadillac? Over $100 for a jar of lotion that feels tingly? I don't know about all that. I was so shocked at how expensive CBD cream is. So I bought the little jar. This was maybe like 40 or 50 bucks. And unfortunately, this did nothing for me. Now, you'll hear this word a lot, but I learned on my healing journey that my problem was my fascia. So the fascia is the connective tissue between your skin and your muscles that connects them and gets them to move. That was completely frozen. So I couldn't grab onto my muscles to make them move, and the muscles underneath were stuck in tension after a lifetime of guarding. So with the CBD cream, that was just addressing the skin on the topmost layer, and it wasn't quite permeating in a way that I needed for my body. So, I mean, I've had this. It smells good. I love eucalyptus. That's one of my favorite smells. I've had this for a year and still haven't used it because I'm like, it just doesn't do anything for my particular needs. So for that reason, I will be ranking CBD cream as C, meaning it didn't work for me, but I am curious to know if it works for anybody out there because it was so highly revered in a lot of these subreddits that, as I navigate this healing journey and my joints start coming online more, maybe it might help. So let me know your experience. But for me, didn't work, C tier. The next item's gonna be over there. Can you see it? It's my big ass yoga ball. So the yoga ball was actually one of the first purchases that I made on this healing journey because I learned as I was coming to my body that not only could I not feel it, but I was so freaking painfully immobile. I was like, I can't move. I need assistance to hold myself up. So I got the yoga ball and it was nice, just like rolling around on it, like being like, I guess that's fun. I didn't know how to use it for a long time. And so honestly, one of the biggest downsides of that thing is that it's big and cumbersome and it takes up a lot of space in my apartment. So like constantly I'd just be rolling it around, be like, okay, I guess you're gonna live in this corner now. Okay, I guess you're gonna be over here. So for a while I was like, this was dumb. I don't use it. But now, as I'm a little bit further along, it is so helpful because with the fascia and the muscles, I need to release them and I need to do slow breath work. I need to do small movements. So the yoga ball has been helpful in putting me into shapes that I couldn't otherwise position myself, if that makes sense. So yeah, it's fun to bounce on, but it also has been so nice in just relieving some of those areas, getting myself into those positions that I would rank the yoga ball as an A. Not life-changing, but it has been so helpful as I've gotten deeper into my layers and can kind of address some of the issues that I haven't been able to before. So A tier for yoga ball. The next one's actually gonna be a service, and that is myofascial massages. And you guys, I cannot understate enough, this is S tier for me. This changed my life. This was without a doubt the number one thing that helped me along my body healing journey, and here's why. I don't know what that was. So when I first learned I didn't have a body and I was starting to be in so much pain, I was like, all right, well, let's go pound it out and go to a massage. So I went to a traditional, like, relaxing spa massage with hot stones and nice music playing. And I go, and the massage therapist literally was like, oh my God, what is wrong with your body? She was massaging me and she was just like, what do you do for work? Like, what's wrong? At the end of the appointment, she told me, she goes, I think you need to go get help. You need to go get professional help because your body wasn't letting me touch you in some areas. Like you were wincing at the slightest touch like this. Other areas I could dig into you and you couldn't even feel it. Some places you were so tight that something is wrong. And I was like, oh, well, that's concerning. I did not know that's how bad it was. So that's when I tried a myofascial massage. So this is a little bit different. It's a little less relaxing because it is trigger point therapy. So essentially they find your knots and they melt it. They really try to dig in there. And then with the rest of the body, they try to melt layers of fascia, again, to connect your skin to your muscles. So what I'm trying to say is these things are painful, you guys. They are not for the weak. But I'm happy to report that I'm the strongest soldier out there, and every myo massage therapist I have said that. At this place that I was going to, they nicknamed me Trooper, and they said that I was their favorite client because they could dig into me and I couldn't feel a thing. Apparently that was all the stored trauma and the fact that I've never had a body my whole life. I couldn't feel anything. And so they'd be like, wow, you didn't even flinch. And I'm like, yeah, I have no sensation, so go to town. So I was very unsure about myo at the beginning, but over time, it was so integral to everything about my body. The first, again, is that melting of that fascia, the really getting deep into those trigger points and really starting to melt down the layers of all of the armor that I had built up. But it was also so useful in body mapping. So I learned I had no internal body map, which is crazy. You could literally touch my knee and go, JC, where on your body am I touching you? And I would go, leg, maybe, I think. I couldn't connect my brain to my body at all. So in these myo massages, as they're really digging in there, I can go inside my brain and go, okay, cool, they're on my knee, they're on my knee, they're on my quad. Oh, dead zone. I don't know where they are. I feel sensations, but I have no idea where they are. And so I'm able to connect my brain and my body internally and really get everything online in that perspective. What was also nice is in these appointments, my massage included heated scraping. So they like scrape off that top layer. It included cupping, which was so helpful in pumping the muscles and getting circulation and blood flow. And occasionally, depending on where I was working, they would stretch me. So like if I was working on leg day, they would stretch my hips and manually put my legs in places that I can't do on my own. So myo, so helpful. I cannot talk about it enough for my situation. It saved my life. However, you guys, it is crazy expensive. I had the benefit of having this lawsuit money that I'm like, I don't care how much I'm paying. I need to get out of pain. I'm trying this. So I got a membership. My membership was 2 massages a month for, I think, $260, not including tip. And so each time I go, I tip like $40. I was spending over $300 a month on just 2 massages. That is a lot of money, you guys. Times are tough, okay? People can't afford food. I completely understand if you can't afford myofascial massages. But for me, as I was navigating everything, trying everything, that was the one thing that I decided to prioritize once I learned that's what's working, that's what I'm spending my money on, and that is what has helped my pain without a doubt. So S tier for myofascial massages. Let me know your experience with them, or if you're like, girl, I don't have a high pain tolerance. I'm not trying to put myself through the ringer with that. I get it. This one's crazy, you guys, and it's gonna be because this massage gun ruined my life and was possibly the worst thing I ever could have done to my body on my healing journey, and let me tell you why. So this bad boy I bought because, again, I'm like, oh my God, it still is wait, does it still charge? I have not turned this thing on in 7 months and it's still charged. That's wild. Oh, that was stupid. So I'm coming to my body. I'm realizing, oh my God, I am a suit of armor. I'm in pain. I just got to pound the pain out of me. So I got this thing and I would just go to town on my muscles. Now the issue with my muscles is that they were stuck like this. I couldn't uncontract. Is that the word? I couldn't uncontract my muscles. So essentially I was taking this massage gun and pounding an already tight muscle. I had no body sensation idea. Like I had no idea what was pain, what was tension, what was fatigue from being overworked. Like I was truly navigating like, what is my body even feeling right now? So I would take this massage gun and I would go, ooh, I'm feeling something. I am feeling something all right. It must be working. And the next day I would wake up covered in bruises. I'm gonna show a few photos here. One of them's of my booty, so don't mind that. But my behind, for example, huge trauma zone, an area I couldn't even reach. I couldn't even feel the muscles, couldn't do anything. I'd be pounding out those already tight muscles and my body is responding, JC, for the love of God, please stop, you're hurting us. And I would go, this must be working because I'm getting some sort of signals to my brain. Those were pain signals. I just had no pain. I just didn't know that that was pain. And so for months, it never clicked of like, where are these, like, why am I bruised? Like, what was that? My arms would be bruised, like everything. And so I finally realized, oh, this is not what I need. Something is wrong with me and I need to figure out it from the internal level. So I'm in a much better place now where my muscles are a little bit more relaxed, that maybe I could try this again because it's much easier to massage a relaxed muscle. But I'm a little fearful of this because it actively hurt me. So for that reason, this one is going into the D category. It's not that I wouldn't recommend it. It's, again, for my own personal experience, this was harmful and I don't know if I'll ever use this again. So I don't know, we'll see. Oof-da, the lighting's about to get crazy because I had to refilm this video, so don't mind that. But the next one is going to be another service, and that is acupuncture. So acupuncture, for me, I'm just gonna come out and say it, C tier, it didn't work for me. I heard that it might help with releasing some of those muscles. So I went in for my first appointment and I was like, my guy, I can't feel my lower back. I don't know what's going on down there. Let's bring some energy towards it, some chi or ki, I forget what the word is, but let's get something in there. And yeah, I don't know, he just stuck my needles in the back and I laid there for an hour and felt nothing. And honestly, I think I went 2 or 3 times and every single time I was like, I'd rather have my $100 back. Now, I will say, I hear that for acupuncture, it takes several sessions to see the results, that, it rewards consistency. And after 3 times, I was like, I don't think this is what I need. And sure enough, it wasn't. Again, fascia was my issue. I think dry needling could have worked for me, but it was just something I was like, I don't want to spend my money on this. It's not producing the results that I'm looking for this price. However, I would love to hear your guys' experience because I think I posted a TikTok about this and a lot of the comments were like, acupuncture saved my life. Like, oh my God, I love acupuncture. So it's not that I don't recommend it. It's just one of those things that didn't work for me. So C tier for acupuncture. That's how Sue sees it. The next one is going to be supplements. I took a lot of pills over the past year. I will say though, I didn't take any pain medication. I'm one of those people that I'm weird with meds. Like, I don't have an addictive personality, but I'm like, I don't want to become reliant on opiates. So I wasn't on any type of pain medication. The only meds I were on were my mood stabilizers. So these were more just straight up supplements. We got fish oil, D3, B12, A24, my favorite film franchise, magnesium. That was a stupid joke. With the supplements, I had my doctor give me recommendations of what would work for my needs, specifically fascia and muscle recovery. Electrolytes is another one. I'm gonna put supplements in the B category of like, it helped, I think. It didn't make things worse, but I also didn't see a noticeable difference. So for example, they say like magnesium helps with like sleep and everything. At the beginning of all this, I was having night terrors. My parts were most active at night when all of my guard is down. And so I wasn't sleeping well. And I started sleeping better after I started taking the magnesium. But I also think that was from the therapy as well and quelling and healing a lot of those parts, Same with like the D3 or the B12 for energy. It's like, yeah, I guess I feel more energetic, but I also think that's from my nervous system getting regulated and like life changes. So it's hard for me to tell of like what's actively making me feel better versus what might be placebo effect. I don't really know. So for that reason, supplements, I'm going to say are B tier, that like helpful, I think, but not life-changing to my healing journey. The next item is over there. I'm looking at it right now. It's my vibration plate and it's too heavy. I just don't want to grab it right now. But let me tell you about this damn plate. It is so funny. So I could not go 3 scrolls on TikTok without seeing these freaking vibration plates that everybody is pitching for releasing stored trauma and like losing weight, blah, blah, blah. I finally got influenced. I was like, you know what? I'm going to buy one. And I bought this honker of a machine. It was like $80. And I was like, this better change my life. And so day one, I hop on it and this thing shakes my apartment like the San Andreas fault. And I was like, oh my God, my neighbors are gonna think there's an earthquake. Not only that, but I don't know if you knew this, OG people will know, a few years ago, my ceiling collapsed onto my bed and almost killed me. It is true. Go check out that video. And so when I'm on this vibration plate, I'm like, uh-oh, if my ceiling can collapse, I could be the ceiling that collapses down below. I don't want to do that. And I was so scared to use my vibration plate that I put it off to the side and I didn't touch it for like 6 months. And I honestly was going to put it as like a dumb purchase, a thing, but I was like, I haven't actually given it a chance to do what it's supposed to do. So a few months ago, I started using it again and I put it on a spot in my apartment where it doesn't shake the whole thing. That solved a lot of my problems. And since using it, I can say the rumors are true. It has been so helpful in releasing a lot of that stored trauma, really body connecting, and just getting things back online. So how I use the vibration plate, I use it in lots of different ways. I use it to wake me up in the morning and shake my brain like a little baby shaken syndrome. I will hop on it, and sometimes when I stand on it, I'll be like, okay, it vibrates up to here. But then if I start putting myself into certain shapes, I stop feeling the vibrations and things go dead. And I'm like, ooh, that's not connected. And so I'll try to focus. I'll try to get that back online, whether through somatic exercises, breath work, some of my myofascial massage manually. And it's really been so helpful in helping me identify areas that are still offline, connecting to those, and then releasing the trauma. So it is loud. It could be a liability. I really hope I don't fall through my floor. But I'm gonna rank this one an A. It has really been so helpful in that internal body mapping, in the releasing, and helping my overall pain. So A tier for the vibration plate. So the next one's gonna be another service, and that's gonna be a lymphatic massage. So I heard about a lot of people doing this for mainly your lymphatic system and de-bloating and reducing puffiness. And I was like, that sounds cool. Let's try it. And the main reason I wanted to try it is because I felt so disconnected from my stomach. Like I couldn't grab onto anything. I was having stomach issues. And the lymphatic massage is basically just a 1 hour long belly rub. And I was like, sign me up. So it was weird at first because you don't realize how intimate of an area that is. And it was really helpful in like connecting my mind and being like, relax. It's okay that somebody is touching you there. I've never had anybody touch my stomach now that I think about it. You know, I've never been pregnant, thank God, never will be either. So that was helpful, but the massage itself was so interesting because it really did bring things online. And it was the first time that I started clocking that, wait, it's an actual system in my body. I had no idea that if you rub here, I could feel that in my knees. Or if you rub over here, that it goes up to my shoulders or my chest. Like, it was so wild of a concept that I'm like, wait, things are connected in my body? That's insane. Like, duh. So the lymphatic massage was cool for that. However, this one service was so freaking expensive. For one lymphatic massage, it was $200, I think, without tip. So I think I spent like $260 for one freaking service. So it was helpful, but I was like, I can't justify this price. This isn't something, again, that I wanted to focus on and put my money towards. So I only did it that one time. So for that reason, I'm gonna put it in the B category because it's not that I don't recommend it. It's just that it was helpful, but not enough to keep going for me. It might be the solution to all of your problems, but for me, it was like, I'm glad I tried it. If I become a gajillionaire in the future, which fingers crossed, because the lawsuit money has run out, you guys, and I'm gonna need you guys to really start watching these videos. But if I'm really ballin' and have the disposable income, I would get these regularly. But for right now, I just can't justify the price. I don't know if I recommend you guys justifying the price either, unless it's that one saving grace. So lymphatic massages are gonna be a B for me. The next product is gonna be also over there. It's gonna be that little foam roller. And you guys, shocking news, this one is going into my S tier. I had no idea that a stupid ass piece of foam would change my life. So one of the ways my whole journey was I started unrepressing trauma and started realizing I never had a body. All of that happened because I was foam rolling one night. So I bought a foam roller because I was just like, I don't feel good, let's try this. And I laid on it, and you guys, it was like I went to outer space. I was getting all these different sensations. My brain was just lighting up, and I'm like, what the heck? Wait, have I never touched my body before? Have I never put any type of pressure on my skin? This is crazy. And so if you watch Shadow Brains, you'll know this. I would spend hours a day just laying on that foam roller because I was feeling my body for the first time. And so I would just straight up lay on it and be like, whoa, 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 you guys, I have a back. This is crazy. And so for a whole year, you guys, I had the foam roller, but I actually wasn't even rolling yet. I was just laying on it and melting onto it. And again, that's where I learned that my issue was with the fascia because I have to connect my breath to the fascia to get it to relax. And so targeting and isolating those areas with the foam roller changed my life. I've now gotten to the point where I can roll and actually start connecting those areas. But it's so crazy how like one of the most helpful things in my whole journey was like a stupid $8 thing I got at TJ Maxx, you know? So don't let the prices fool you, you guys. Foam roller, S tier. I love doing it. It releases so many things. Like, it feels so good now. It might be painful for you. Again, I don't really have pain indicators, so I don't know what's painful or what's like good pain, but I love my foam roller, so definitely try it if you haven't. The next one is going to be another service, and this one is going to be highly controversial, you guys, and I want to know your thoughts. And that is, I went to a chiropractor. So again, first month of learning about all this, I was like, well, I need to go to the chiropractor. My back specifically was in the most pain, and I was like, well, yeah, that's the back doctor. Let's go to that guy. So I got a membership with the Joint Chiropractic, which is kind of like the Target of health services. You know, you don't go to an actual doctor with health insurance. Like, you just walk in and be like, I don't know, crack my back, please. And you guys, I don't know if I believe in chiropractors. I don't know if they're actually helpful. I will say, you know, my sister, she got in a car accident. She goes to the chiropractor regularly, and it is her saving grace. It brings her so much relief. She couldn't recommend it enough. I go, and I would learn over time that it's not what I needed. Again, my muscles were so tight that there wasn't anything like, they weren't uncontracted enough to crack anything. I was just a suit of armor that nothing would happen. It was kind of a waste of money. And I think my contract was like 3 months. So I was going for 3 months, twice a week. I literally was like, this is just a chore on my to-do list. Like, I have to go get my back cracked. Like, I have to drive there for him to just crack my back and then I leave. I think the reason I don't believe in them is like, yeah, you feel good for like 10 minutes and you're like, whoa, I feel so much looser. But then I'd go home and get re-tense again, that I'm like, this isn't addressing the root cause. It's good for maybe temporary relief, but it wasn't the foundational thing that I needed to fix a lot of my internal pain. And so I'm putting chiropractor I'll put it as C. I'll put it as C. Didn't work for me. I don't want to put it as D, as in like, chiropractors are crocks of shit. They're liars and grifters and nobody go to them. No, because I know it works for some people. So for me, I'm just going to put it as C, but I would love to know your guys' thoughts. Do you believe in chiropractors? Do you go to the chiropractor and does it help you? Let me know, because jury's still out regarding the ladies in my head, that at least. The next item is going to be compression socks. And this is such an interesting, this has been an interesting case study in my body. Okay, let me explain. So I have this quirk, I've had it my whole life, that I love socks. I have, I think, over 100 pairs of socks, not even kidding. And the reason is because I am known to have chronically cold feet. Not getting married or anything, like frozen tootsies. It's almost a joke or a party trick that I would tell people, like, hey, want to feel my toes? Because in any situation, I could be on the beach. My feet are cold to the touch. And I just thought it was silly. I'd be like, you know, I got cold feet. I don't know what to tell you. So I always had all these crazy socks where my family would get me aluminum socks or microwavable socks, toe socks, fuzzy socks. I've tried it all to cure my cold feet and nothing worked. I then come to learn, oh, it's because there's been no circulation getting to them my whole life because my body's been frozen and stuck in tension. Yeah, that would do it. That would do it. So again, I saw a lot of people recommending compression socks. So I was like, cool, let's give them a try. I'm a year into this healing journey. Unfortunately, everything below the knee is still frozen for me. It is still sensationless. It is still inaccessible muscle-wise, and my feet are still cold. So with these compression socks, I don't know if they're working. I'm still in the same boat because I still have to fix a lot of those foundational issues first. So for that reason, I'm going to put compression socks. I'll put them as C. Didn't work for me, but they might in the future once I fix some of those core issues. But I'm also not really sure what they do. People say like, oh, it helps my pain. And I'm like, why? I have lots of socks and nothing's ever worked. Why are these going to be any different? So C is for compression socks. Didn't work for me. The next one is going to be this posture corrector / back brace. Oh, my cats. This, very helpful, especially at the beginning of my journey where, again, my back was in so much pain because as all these muscles are coming online, I couldn't hold myself up anymore. I couldn't find the muscles of wait, where's the support versus where should I be trying to release that area? So this was super helpful in just navigating life and getting that extra support. But there's a funny little story here. So I remember I went to New York to visit my sister and I brought this with me and I was wearing it the whole trip. Also during this trip, while we were out sightseeing, doing whatever, I brought a backpack, like told all my stuff. And we were out bar hopping one night, maybe there was a little bit of alcohol involved. And we go to the third bar and I'm like, wait, where's my backpack? Where's my backpack? I lost my backpack, you guys, because it felt like it was on the whole night because I was wearing this. So I lost track of my backpack because I had straps around my shoulders the whole time anyway. There is actually a funny story regarding that. I don't want to tell it here. I'll leave a comment down below and I'll make a YouTube short about it. But a little YouTube short story time snippet about I did get my backpack back, but it was kind of interesting. Just go watch it. But yeah, posture corrector, super helpful, really helped support me, my back pain. So A tier for this one. The next item, I don't even have anymore because I threw it away because it was probably the dumbest thing I've ever bought. So when I was like, I'm spending my lawsuit money, I'm spending it to make myself feel better, I kind of went a little ham and bought a lot of these things all at once. I was in the store and I saw this like finger massager. And I'm like, that looks like it would feel so good. My hands were hurting, like everything was hurting. I was like, yes, let's try it. So you take this thing and you put over your finger and then you like squeeze down and you massage your fingers. The problem is that I would have to squeeze so hard with this hand to get the kind of pressure I was looking for that it just made this hand feel 10 times worse. And then when I stopped using it, I'd be like, wait, I can just do this manually, and this actually feels better, and I'm more connected to my skin anyway. What am I even using that thing for? I literally used it on maybe 3 fingers, and I was like, this was stupid. This was a dumb purchase. I was gonna go return it and get my $7 back, but time probably ran out on my receipt for my date of purchase, and so I just threw it away because I was like, that's one of those things that I'm sure it's a helpful tool for people out there. Otherwise, they wouldn't sell it in the stores. And maybe I was using it wrong. I don't know. But for me, I was like, that was stupid. Why'd I spend my money on that? That was unhelpful. It was completely irrelevant to anything I was trying to work towards. So D for the finger massager, did not work, did not help, and do not recommend. The next one is going to be heat. So heat in general. I'm talking heating pads. I have a heating pad that I safety pinned to my couch because it kept sliding off and I lay on it and watch movies and my back gets all nice and toasty. So heating pads, heating blankets, baths, like nice hot Epsom salt baths, and saunas. Like anything that's gonna permeate your skin and get them to relax from the inside using hot stuff. All of these things I personally will say I'm gonna put in the B category. That it helped, but I don't know if it was actively making things better and it didn't hurt. I will say with heat in regards to me, I'm cold all the time. Like I said, I have circulation issues. And so it really helps more with like the cold relief for me and just feeling nice and toasty and cozy and not like I'm in a frozen tundra in my own apartment at all times. But I don't know if it was addressing like deep internal things, making my muscles relax, because a lot of those were just stuck in tension and I needed more manual pressure things to release it. But I will say moving forward, I do think that heat will help a lot of my issues now that those muscles have started to relax. But it wasn't the most integral thing to immediately alleviate any type of pain. So helpful, yeah, but not like the greatest thing in the world. So I'm just gonna put this heat in general as B category. And the last product I'll talk about are things that are weighted. So here's an example. This is like a little weighted neck shouldery thing. Ooh, I forgot it. I just smelled my hair. But this smells nice. Smells like eucalyptus. I guess I just like eucalyptus. If you guys have been following my YouTube shorts, you would know that I lost my sense of smell from dissociation. And now that it's coming back online, I'm learning, oh wait, there are scents that I recognize and do like. Eucalypto is one of them. Eucalypto, why'd I say it like that? Anyway, weighted things, I think I got them because they're like, I don't know, it reduces anxiety or it'll help. I don't know. So I got this weighted shoulder thing and a weighted blanket. And I actually feel differently towards both of them. I should have separated them. This has been so helpful, not in relieving pain, but in bringing awareness to how tense I am. I had no idea that I had muscle guards in my neck to where my shoulders were up by my ears all day long. And so this was so helpful in weighing it down and being like, oh God, this is heavy. It's not the only things that are heavy, am I right? But this was so helpful in bringing awareness to that because I'd be like, oh, JC, breathe, relax, stop doing that. And so it kind of helped me break that cycle of muscle guarding. So I really liked this, but I didn't love my weighted blanket because I was struggling with night terrors when I started my healing journey. I was having nightmares. I was tossing and turning. I was not getting any sleep. And so the internet said, get a weighted blanket to hold you down. You guys, it felt like sleeping with a melted beanbag chair on top of me. I felt suffocated by it. And I also think I got it during summertime where I was like, this is hot. Like, I need to use this in the wintertime. In the wintertime, as things have gotten better, I guess I like it. I like it a little bit more. But for me, it also feels a little bit suffocating having that amount of weightedness on me. So, pick and choose your battles. So for these, I'm going to say B category as well. That it was helpful. Yes. Did it address my pain specifically? No, I think if anything, it helped me recognize the patterns that were causing my pain, which is helpful. But, if you want to spend your money elsewhere, this might not be a priority. But it does smell nice. But those are some fun, silly, crazy products and services that I've tried. Let me know down in the comments what you have tried and what helps your chronic pain or what you think of chiropractors. And the annoying thing is that I just know I'm going to walk around my apartment today and go, dang it, I forgot to mention that, or dang it, I didn't include this. So if that's the case, maybe I'll leave it in the comments below. But these are just some of the majority of the things that I've tried on this healing journey, and hopefully this gives you guys some advice on what you can put towards your own healing journey as well. But that's gonna be it for today's video. It was so fun sitting down, chit-chatting with you guys once again, but also, hopefully helping you in regards to your mental health and body journeys as well. I'm really pumped to just get back into this type of content, a little bit more lighthearted, but also educational and informational, because you guys, I spent a lot of money and a lot of time studying my brain and studying my body. And I did that because I kind of felt like it was my purpose. I've been given, I don't like to call it a gift, but I've been given the means through this lawsuit money to really explore all of this. And I want to pass it off to you guys and help you as well. So I hope you're enjoying this new style of content. It has been heavy this past year because I was going through the thick of it, you guys. My life changed. But I'm now coming out the other side, going over the hump where now I can share a lot of those experiences and hopefully help you guys. So I'm definitely going to stay within this mental health niche. I asked this over in a YouTube short, but I'll ask it here as well. What kind of content do you want to see from me in regards to this? Specifically, do you like the OSDD stuff, talking about dissociation and having parts? Do you like the derealization or the CPTSD? Do you like the body stuff and the stored trauma? Or are you like, I'm unsubscribing, this kind of content isn't for me? That's fine too. I totally understand. I have made a huge shift away from my silly little story times over the years, so no hard feelings. But if you do want to continue on watching me, let me know what would help you, what questions you have, what topics you want me to cover, because I feel like I'm really developing such a community with you guys. You educate me so much, and however I can give that back to you guys, I really want to. And I want to, make all that time, effort, and money worth it. So let me know down in the comments below. And if you're just like, I'm here for whatever you post, just write Happy New Year. You guys, Happy New Year to you. Happy new times to healing. And hopefully a new you, because it for sure is a new me. I'm so much more integrated. I'm so much more healed. I'm still on this journey healing in real time. But I'm ready for this new era, you guys. And I'm ready to reclaim the life that I deserved for so long. Ugh, I love it. But I will say one way you guys can help me out right now is to follow me on my social media platforms if you're not following me. And that's because I'm trying to compartmentalize all of my different platforms so that you're getting a little bit of something different on each one. So you can follow me over on Instagram, where I'm posting more of my just day-to-day regular life as well as my mixed kid content. Over on TikTok is going to be all of the healing stuff. It's going to be reflecting and signs I should have known. It's going to be current updates on healing, looking to the future. YouTube's going to be more of those long form, really deep dives into some of those topics. And then I have my podcast, which is my deepest layer. Those are some deep, personal, vulnerable stories. I'm talking sex, body, intimacy, and they're explicit and uncensored. And I put some of the uncensored versions here on YouTube, but I'm really being vulnerable there. So if you like me and my own stories, definitely give those a listen. I'll leave all of the links down in the description box below. And there will be some overlap on those platforms, but you guys get the gist. And if you're not a social media person, even just liking this video or subscribing helps me out so much. I don't know. I feel like, again, I feel like this purpose, like I just want to help people. So help me get the word out there if you find this helpful as well. And simply liking this video really does that. But other than that, I just can't thank you guys for watching to this point. I'm yapping now, but I'm just happy to be back and chit-chatting and not having to talk to the other me across the microphone. So I'm excited for the future. But I thank you guys so much, and I will see you in the next video. Toodles! And so I think specifically with this one, it's gonna be, hang on, who's calling me? It's my sister. Oh, it's Chi-Chi. Hello, Chi-Chi. Hello, Parchita. Hello. Love you. Bye. It was my little baby niece, actually. Actually, the number one thing I recommend, S tier, tell your sister to have a baby so she can make you the most perfect niece ever, because that is the one thing curing all of my pain and saving my life. So get yourself a niece.